Well, good morning and welcome to Daily Reflections this morning. And we are coming to the end of 1 Corinthians, and we're in chapter 15. Now, chapter 15, what a powerful chapter that is. It talks about the identity of Christ, who Christ is, and the belief system in which we as believers should be so strongly connected to. You know, it goes into his death, the resurrection, and the belief system around that we as believers are all part of this new life. Now, we've gone right the way through 1 Corinthians, and we've been seeing how our belief and our system and the way we think is so geared into everything around, and yet we have an identity that is heavenly, eternal, and one that is so precious. And we have a responsibility here, and that is a responsibility to let others know the good news, and the good news of what it means to belong to Christ. And one of the things that I've been recently taking note of is an author called Dave Ferguson, and he writes in his journal every day. He writes RPMS on the top of his or the bottom of his page, and he puts it this way. He puts it that every day we should have think about our relational health, relationships health. How relational are we? And out of 1 to 10, where would you say your relational health is? And if we do this on a daily basis, you can imagine that you could think about how can we interact with those around us? How can it be of such importance that how we relate to people and how our relationship is with those around us, with those that we love and also those that we bump into? And then it's the P, which is the physical. What is your physical condition like? You know, out of 1 to 10. So on a daily basis, always reminding yourself of the things that you're meant to do. And then on the M stands for mental and emotional. How is your mental and emotional state? And could you be rethinking that in terms of who we belong to and our relationship with Christ? And finally, there's the spiritual, the S, the spiritual. And this is something that's, I think if we can continue on a daily basis and keep our minds fixed on heavenly things, that we have the opportunity here on earth to talk things into life and that spiritual life. So as we come to the end of 1 Corinthians, I just wanted to really say this, you know, RPMS. Are you getting the most out of every day in the wholeness of who you are in Christ? And if you read through 1 Corinthians 15 and you digest that, it just absolutely puts the truth of whose we are and who we belong to, and the power of what he's done, and the power of the good news being released into your daily life. Well, tomorrow I shall finish up these daily reflections of 1 Corinthians, and then we shall see the whole concept of this has been all about who we are and who we belong to, and the power of knowing Jesus.